So Donald Trump just took another massive defeat in court. And yet again, it's another example of one of the Trump lawyers losing a case so heavily on his behalf that not only did they lose, but they owe hundreds of thousands of dollars and recompense to the people because their lawsuit was frivolous. And in this case, it's yet again Sidney Powell, somebody who worked directly for Trump shortly after the election, and she was one of the people on the Trump team with Giuliani and Jenna Ellis and everybody else that failed to make the case, because there was no case, that Donald Trump should have remained president. And her case in Michigan went so poorly, she now owes hundreds of thousands of dollars. And this is on top of the fact that she's facing similar things in Wisconsin, and she may actually end up getting disbarred in Texas and or other states where she's registered as a lawyer. And this for Trump is a direct and indirect defeat, and it has the potential to be devastating for him going forward if he keeps making the same mistakes he's making, which he will because he's an idiot. So indirectly, of course, this shows that whenever a Trump lawyer, especially one that worked for him, but even just one within the Trump ecosystem, loses an election-based case, that is a defeat of Donald Trump, because in a court of law, on public record, a judge is arguing that there is no evidence for the claims, and in most cases, the cases are so bad that they lose, and they lose as a frivolous case, meaning that the Trump argument isn't just a good faith argument that happens to be weak. It's not just an argument that has some good points, but the other side has better points. It's an argument without any fact at all, and lawyer after judge and lawyer after judge and bar associations are tearing apart Trump and his legal arsenal, and that looks awful. There's no piece of legal infrastructure right now with any respect that is actually acknowledging Trump is correct. And this also matters because it sets the precedent very clearly that these cases could be hit with fines against those that filed them, whether it's the lawyers or many of the cases that Donald Trump directly participated in. This gives the precedent that not only could Trump lose, but he might end up owing legal fees to the state governments and local governments that he forced to go through this rigmarole, knowing all the time that what he was spreading were lies. And it also has a practical impact because just as this announcement came down, it was reported that Donald Trump wants to do an Arizona-style audit of the Michigan 2020 election. He wants to do what they're doing in Arizona, which has been absolutely insane, delusional, bonkers. And he says, I want to do that in Michigan as well. So I want to gather all my Republican crazies and waste hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars to do that. And not only is that bad for democracy, it could be bad for Donald Trump's pocketbook, because this ruling might indicate that if such an audit was to happen and be deemed frivolous, not only could Trump lose, but Trump and all of his backers could be forced to pay millions of dollars to cover the cost of that fraudulent procedure. So Donald Trump cannot stop losing in court. He's lost plenty in court himself, as have his kids. But one thing's very clear. Whenever his lawyers lose, that is the best proof you have that none of his claims have any fact in them.